Hello, hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am still doing, yes, my 31 days of horror movie reviews with The Ring 2. This is a 2005 horror film that is, of course, the sequel to The Ring, and I don't physically have the DVD on me because I don't own this movie. In fact, I've never seen The Ring 2 until right now. I remember watching the first movie, and honestly I thought maybe I had watched the second movie at some point, but watching it now, it's clear that I haven't seen it, because watching that first Ring movie, you have so many questions once you're done with that film, but in a good way. There's things that you want to know more about this mythology and just how all of this stuff works. Did we get those answers in this movie? Well, the plot is, at the very, very beginning, we see Emily Van Camp, who is very young. Instantly when I saw her, I said, holy shit, that's Agent 13! Sharon Carter from the Captain America movies. But anyway, you see her, she's hanging out with this kid, Ryan Merriman, who I've seen in a few horror movies as well, and he has seen the tape. The infamous tape that if you watch it, you'll die 7 days later. Now, this movie does at least give some new rules to said tape, to where if you have seen the tape, and if your time is coming, if you show somebody else the tape, then I guess it's taken off of you, and then it moves on to that person. New rules, but at least it makes sense. I'm willing to go with it. So he's being a dick, and he's trying to show this girl the tape to get it off of him. Now she covers her eyes and doesn't watch this tape, so he dies anyways. Now that gets the attention of Naomi Watts, who plays Rachel once again. Her and her son have moved from the town that they were in to get away from everything, to get away from that creepy little girl in that tape. But with this, it shows that she's back, and she's specifically going after them because she wants to live again. She wants to possess her son and have a real mom. Now, what I thought of The Ring 2 was to be honest, I didn't hate this movie. I didn't even really dislike the film. I'm neutral about the movie. There's parts in the film that I found interesting. There's a scene or two, one scene in particular, that I thought was really cool and really awesome, and I really like Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts is once again playing Rachel. I just like the idea of a horror movie having a mom as the main character, and the fact that her main goal is to protect her son. That's it. That's instantly relatable. You instantly get where she's coming from, and it instantly makes a horror series, or just a horror movie in general, different. At the very beginning, like I said, we see the characters, Emily and Ryan. Now, I was interested by this, especially when we found out that little piece of information about the whole, if you pass the tape on, or if you show somebody else the tape, then they now get your sentence. I like that, but the problem is that this movie didn't do jack shit with it. You have that quick thing at the beginning. Maybe it's also there to explain why Naomi Watts didn't die in the first movie and why it skipped her and moved on to her ex. Maybe that's really all it's there for, is to explain that. Otherwise, you kind of want to see more with this tape. And maybe now you could say it's 2005, so we're getting far and farther away from VHS tapes, and the movie didn't really want to deal too much with it. But it's just, you have something unique. You have something really cool, and for the most part they abandon it. The plot really just turns into, and dare I say, deteriorates into a possession movie, of a little kid possession movie, which is something that you've seen 175 times, so this will make 176 times, because her son, Aiden, once again played by David Dorfman, who is still weird, still calls his mom Rachel. But I like how this movie actually makes it their thing, makes it like their special bond. He's weird, so when he does get possessed by the girl, him acting weird isn't that out of the ordinary until he does start calling her mommy, or he does start doing almost telekinetic-like things, and it's like, okay, something's clearly going wrong here. I'll just say that I didn't really care about this plot. I didn't really find it that interesting. all of the answers that I was getting from this movie were to questions that I wasn't asking. The questions that I had at the end of the first movie was more about how did this tape get made? How is this little girl, like, what was wrong with her? What happened to her that she got these powers? Is it just flat out she was telekinetic? Or is there something mentally wrong going on? How is she coming back from the dead? Why is she killing people who watched this tape? I didn't get anything as far as that stuff goes. Like I said, that scene that I do like is the boy's possessed, his temperature is going down, he's getting cold, he's getting sick. So Naomi Watts wants to give him a bath, a hot bath, to sort of help his temperature. And they leave, they come back, there's water coming from the bathroom, they open the door, and the water is levitated up towards the ceiling. And the boy's in the bathtub, and it's a freaky visual, some decent special effects for a horror film. Throughout the movie, there's too much CGI, to be honest. I didn't like the usage of CGI. But that scene in particular, when she rushes to him, and then the water just crushes down, that was fucking badass. It was. Probably the best part of the movie. For example, of them using too much CGI, there's a scene where, like in the first movie I talked about the horse scene, and how that somehow, some way worked. This movie almost tries to recapture that with deer. And there's a whole bunch of deer surrounding them as they're driving. And they start to just freak out and start attacking them, ramming themselves into the car, and it's supposed to be a really visceral, freaky scene, but honestly it came off really goofy, silly, out of place, and the fact that the deer were CGI, it just made it work even less. So I don't know if it's because we don't have the same director who really kind of went for it as far as directing went. Some cool images, some cool flashy stuff. Not here. This movie is shot so straightforward that it's almost laughable. As far as other characters, we have Max Rourke, who's played by Simon Baker, who's an actor that I'm pretty sure I've seen in a few other things. He was fine. He was pretty much just the guy who sort of realizes what's going on with the son and wants to help out. At the end of the day, a good guy probably didn't deserve what happened to him here. Now, the character Evelyn, who is sort of the mother of this little girl, at least the adopted mother, or no, the real mother of the girl. This plot was going in so many directions that it's hard to follow, but she was played by Sissy Spacek. That in and of itself is cool. I will give them that. But since I didn't care about the plot, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, there she is. Now, in the unrated version, they say that Mary Elizabeth Winstead plays a younger version of Evelyn. I didn't see that. I didn't watch the unrated version. Trust me, if I noticed Mary Elizabeth Winstead, you would know. I would never not notice Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Now, this girl, Samara, again, she wasn't as creepy as she was in that first movie. There's no scene like the scene at the end of the first movie where she walks towards you from the TV, crawls out of it, and fucks shit up. There's no scene like that. It's almost like there's a scene where they try to recreate it, but it doesn't work at all. There's no feeling of scariness with her. She's just kind of a normal, regular girl who just wants a mommy. And man, does that not make her scary anymore. What more can I say about this? This movie is pretty lackluster, but it's not like too insulting. I'm not pissed. I'm not ranting and raving. I'm just left like, okay, that was a film. At least Naomi Watts came back. That's really the only positive I could say because she was really good here. But that's it. And that bathtub scene. Anyways, guys, I'm pretty underwhelmed, unimpressed with The Ring 2. I wanted to like it as much as the first, but I couldn't. I didn't. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the sequel? Do you like it more than I do, or do you think it sucks? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Please won't you save my desires on fire? Sometimes you need a little peace at home. I'm tired, so wired. Come follow me and I can lose you. Come follow me and take a trip to the dark side, waiting for the